In the early 1980s, south of Seattle, a chilling darkness crept along the Green River. Young women began to vanish, many living on society's edge, their disappearances barely noticed until their bodies surfaced in the undergrowth. The community was gripped by fear as the body count rose. The killer, Gary Ridgway, blended into everyday life, a husband, father, and factory worker hiding in plain sight. Officially convicted of 49 murders, Ridgway confessed to many more, making him one of America's most prolific serial killers. The Green River Killer's name came from the river where his first victims were found. For 2 decades, detectives chased a ghost, their investigation growing into one of the largest in U.S. history. Ridgway's ordinary appearance masked a monstrous reality. He was a chameleon, preying on the vulnerable while remaining invisible to those around him. The true horror. The killer was not a shadowy stranger but someone you might pass on the street. The Green River Killer's reign of terror would haunt the Pacific Northwest for years. To understand the monster, you must look at the man. Gary Ridgway's childhood in Utah was troubled, marked by a domineering mother, learning difficulties, and early violence. At 16, he stabbed a young boy, foreshadowing the rage that would define his life. Ridgway sought structure in the Navy, but his inner turmoil persisted. He married 3 times, fathered a son, and lived a double life, devout Christian by day, predator by night. For over 30 years, he worked as a truck painter, maintaining a facade of normalcy. His third wife, Judith, believed their marriage brought him happiness, unaware of his secret life. Investigators noticed his killing slowed after marriage, but never stopped. Ridgway's greatest weapon was his ability to compartmentalize. Family man on the surface, killer beneath. He navigated both worlds with chilling ease, evading capture for decades. The ordinary exterior concealed a cold, calculating predator. Ridgway hunted along Pacific Highway South, targeting sex workers and runaways, women he believed would not be missed. He lured victims with a photo of his son, posing as a harmless father. Once alone, he attacked, strangling them in his home or truck. Ridgway disposed of bodies in remote areas, often clustering them to taunt police. He manipulated crime scenes, planting false evidence and moving remains across state lines. He returned to dump sites, committing further atrocities. Ridgway took pride in outsmarting authorities, scattering bodies and creating confusion. His actions were calculated, not random. He understood how to exploit both his victims and the system. For years he stayed one step ahead, protected by the chaos he created. The Green River Killer's twisted game left a trail of devastation. The hunt for the Green River Killer became one of America's longest and most frustrating manhunts. The Green River Task Force, formed in 1982, faced a growing list of victims and few clues. Detectives including Dave Reichert dedicated years to the case. In a desperate move, investigators consulted serial killer Ted Bundy, who offered chillingly accurate insights into the killer's behavior. Ridgway was questioned early on, even passing a polygraph, and police collected evidence from his home, but technology lagged behind. Critical DNA evidence sat in storage, waiting for science to catch up. In 2001, advances in DNA profiling finally linked Ridgway to the murders. The ghost had a face at last. On November 30, 2001, Ridgway was arrested as he left work, ending a 20-year nightmare. The breakthrough was not dramatic, but the result of patient forensic work. The Pacific Northwest could finally breathe again. With Ridgway in custody, prosecutors faced a dilemma: execute him or trade his life for the truth. To spare himself the death penalty, Ridgway confessed to dozens of murders, leading police to long-lost victims. His emotionless confessions brought closure to grieving families. In 2003, Ridgway pleaded guilty to 48 counts of murder, receiving life sentences without parole. Even after sentencing, new victims were identified, and the search for names continues. Ridgway's legacy is a cautionary tale about the vulnerability of the marginalized and the power of forensic science. The case tested the persistence of law enforcement and the painful compromises needed for justice. For families, the pain endures, but the killer was finally unmasked. The shadow over the Green River lifted, but its lessons remain. The story of the Green River Killer is a reminder: evil can hide in plain sight.